coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Denton, Texas, America, and the world. It's time for the Green Guys Show.
I'm a big Green Guys fan.
A full hour of all things Mean Green Sports. Live from the KNTU studios on the campus of the University of North Texas.
We're surrounded by North Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Green Guys Show.
There's not much that gets me more fired up.
Good evening, wherever you may be listening from, and welcome to another episode of the Green Guys. I'm Zach Babb. I just pilot the ship that sometimes wants to sink but doesn't.
Wow.
Hasn't sank yet.
Hasn't sank yet.
We're still in the air. We haven't sank yet.
No cancellation either.
I'm joined by Kevin Walker.
What's going on?
Blake Elliott.
I'm always here.
You were not here last week.
Seeing that they were paying attention.
Ah, I see. Well, I blew it. Anthony Council.
Yo.
And Cullen Brown.
What's going on?
And welcome into what is episode 8, I believe.
I thought I'd be fired by now.
This is the first episode in like 3 episodes where all 4 of us, well, 5 of us are here, I should say.
Yeah. We've had dealt with everything from walking to pneumonia to I'm across town. And it's
weather.
Just been weather, and it's been interesting trying to get all 5 of us in the same room, or in the same 2 rooms, because we are in 2 studios here. But we are all back together, the 5 of us.
We're all in this together.
Hey.
All right, the show is officially sunk.
Or officially underwater.
All right, but anywho, to get right to the point, North Texas football continues to win in Conference USA as they took down Louisiana Tech this past Saturday. 47-27 is the final score. Is everyone okay in there?
Sorry. I'm still recovering.
I'm still recovering right now.
The pneumonia never quit walking.
No, it didn't.
Oh, my goodness.
It sometimes goes at a full sprint, but we're making it by right now.
All righty. Well, walking pneumonia in the yellow studio aside, North Texas did beat Louisiana Tech 47-27 to rifle through the game very quickly. They outscored the Bulldogs 14-3 in the first quarter. That was followed up by a 14-3 advantage that went the way of Louisiana Tech in the second quarter. 10-7 Louisiana Tech in the third, and then 13-0 North Texas in the fourth. That included a field goal, a touchdown, and a field goal. It was a game that, although it was kind of close throughout as far as the score was concerned, it didn't really seem like it was ever severely out of North Texas's grasp. I think the 14-3 start kind of helped that, but early thoughts on Louisiana Tech, the win over Louisiana Tech for the 8th straight Conference USA victory dating back to last season.
I just want to say, Zach, how's my record looking right now?
It's still intact.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
By all surprise.
Is Anthony just the Tony Romo of this analyzing? Watch
them
world?
Win out and go 9-3.
I do not understand. I mean, I think me, like most people, had them sunken in the water, and then out of nowhere, they just are winning games.
I had them missing a bowl game altogether to begin the season, and they are currently tied for first place in Conference USA.
Just feels good to be right.
That's wild to say.
Speaking of wild, if I told you that UNT would outrush a team by almost 400 yards, I mean, I know our rushing attack is crazy, but
that was
80 yards.
475 rushing yards, by the way, school record for rushing yards in a single game.
So I wouldn't be surprised necessarily, but if you were to say they did against La Tech, that would be the surprising factor.
I mean, you had 2 guys well over 100, and pretty much 3 with Kalon Horton having 97 on just 3 carries. So you had a bunch of guys contributing. You had Isaiah Johnson with 13 for 77. Ragsdale for 7 for 62. I mean, every guy that touched the ball seemed to be electric. Every guy averaged at least 5 yards a carry.
Safe to say they hit the 250 mark.
Yes, sir.
You know what the most impressive thing about this win was for me?
Let's hear it.
We actually, believe it or not, lost the turnover battle.
Yep.
And still found a way to win.
We lost a lot of battles. Let me looking at these stats. If you just box score list it, third down efficiency 5 for 12. where La Tech going 8 for 17. So they had a better on that, but we did have the better fourth down efficiency, going 100%, 3 for 3. We had less total plays. We had 8 penalties for 67. Like you said, we lost a turnover battle, lost a time of possession battle. First downs, we only had 5 more. Like, if you just look box score other than the rushing yards, it looks like it should have been a closer game than it was, but they just took advantage of the situations that they were handed, didn't have costly turnovers to turn into points, and La Tech just proved to not be enough for that Austin Aune-led Eagle team.
Anyone else?
No, I think Blake said it perfectly. This is a game that really showed the versatility of the UNT team, how far they've come. They're not still the perfect batch that I think that UNT hopes for going into the season, but this honestly may have been the most impressive win, arguably, that UNT's had all year.
So I know we're talking about the offense and everything, but how about Roderick Brown? Have a day.
Did he have 2 sacks on the first drive, I think it was? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I believe you're right.
Okay.
I mean, without a doubt, go with Mr. Mean Green.
So, do we have any concern with Aune only completing 11 passes and only 1 pass catcher having more than 2 catches?
I mean, he is who he is, Blake.
Yeah.
He just
game manager.
He's not going to sit there and actually throw for 300-400 yards consistently week in and week out and spread the field and run an offense that we're accustomed to seeing in Saturday and Sunday high level football.
Yeah.
But Aune, because of his experience, because of his awareness of the offense, and now being another year in the system, he finally looks comfortable. He finally realizes, okay, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do. Let me just not lose the game for us. And he's doing a great job of that right now.
Hey, Varkey's Gums, he's a guy. He did have 4 for 59 with a touchdown. I mean, I was talking about this guy in the preseason stuff. They're going to find a way to get this guy the ball, and they're finding ways to get it to him in space. And he's one of those guys that just can go get it. He's got that second burst, and he was able to knock one in. But what a surprise from the Eagles this week.
Another thing, too. So UNT allowed 424 yards through the air, which I don't want to brag on them too much, but that's kind of what we're accustomed to seeing through this UNT squad is 300 yards plus. The fact that they were still able to win this game by essentially 3 scores, and, well, it was 3 scores, not essentially 3, it was 3 scores. It shows their commitment to defense containing the run, only allowing 80 yards, as we previously mentioned. But it just shows the fight of this team, too. The fact that we were so efficient on offense, the fact that, while we did bend, we didn't break, and it's something to build on. Even though we're not going to be the strongest in that aspect, I think, the rest of the year, it's something that shows that, hey, we may be able to give away, however many yards and still be able to win the ball game.
Yeah, and even the run game. I mean, the run game was incredible by Io Adei and Oscar Adaway. 122 yards for Io. For Oscar, 113. That's a pretty good running day. Like Zach said, the most rushing yards, for us in a game. That's pretty impressive. I think that's what's going to have to happen against UTSA this upcoming Saturday.
I mean, speaking back on what you just said, Cullen, I mean, Smoke and Trey Harris with 156 yards for Smoke for 10 catches and Trey for 6 for 129. I know we got the dub, but it's like one week or another, they can't focus on having good secondary back help and front 7 help. It's like one or the other. And I feel like when you play these good teams in this bowl games, that's where we get exposed, where they take it and the team runs all over us for 300-400, or a team passes all over us for 300-400. There hasn't been one week where we've put it together on both sides of the ball.
It's a good point.
Or both sides of the defense.
Both sides of the defense, right. No, I mean, it does put a lot of pressure on the front 7. Obviously, Katie Davis, we come to know to expect that him's going to be leading
Conference
the offense.
USA Defensive Player of the Week, by the way, with 19 tackles, most for any player in a Mean Green game since 2000.
There you go. And he's, it's almost, given the fact that, the front 7 is going to play at a high level, but if they don't, UNT is facing a real problem because that is the strength of their defense. That is the strength of this unit. I don't know what else you can do about it. I feel like UNT has tried a bunch of different ways to try to scheme up to help out that secondary, and ultimately the one thing that in football, if you have a weak secondary, the easiest way to help them out is to create pressure, and that's what forces the pressure on the front 7 again. I don't see any realistic change that UNT can make to fix that. I just think that's the reality of their situation.
Well said, Mr. Brown. Again, a 47-27 win over La Tech. Do we have any more thoughts on the La Tech game before we look ahead to UTSA this weekend in the rivalry matchup?
Just impressive. Got a win, a big time win. I know we talked about this could potentially be like a a season-changing, momentum-altering type of win for the team. Got a big-time win though. It was a bigger win than I thought that they were going to be able to accomplish. Things are looking good.
Again, 4-3 now. They are 3-0 in Conference USA play, tied in a dead heat atop the Conference USA standings with UTSA. And I think I'm going to keep the three-break format. Let's dive right into UTSA talk here as the Roadrunners welcome the Mean Green to the Alamo Dome this Saturday. And UTSA has not had the season that I think they were hoping they'd have, especially after compared to last year with how, obviously they won their first 11 games. They lost to Houston in triple overtime. That was a ranked Houston team that now doesn't look good at all. I mean, I think they have a losing record right now, Houston does. Then they barely beat Army in overtime, lost to number 21 Texas, beat a Texas Southern team they should have beaten, beat Middle Tennessee, and then escaped with a win over Western Kentucky, and then easily handled FIU. So, all in all, they sit in here with a 5-2 record coming into this game. They are a 9.5-point favorite as it sits right now at the Dome. Early thoughts on the Roadrunners, gentlemen?
I just think being the calm one, as Cullen has seen.
Yeah, clearly.
Being the calm one. We got this in the bag! All because of the momentum that UNC has.
Really?
UNC has had a lot of momentum during this season, and I just think that UNC has the core, they have the strength, they have the mindset. Asinani has been fantastic, aside from those somewhat interceptions. But I think Asinani has the secret weapon this game. And we all know that UTSA has this game circled. They have this game circled for a reason. Apparently, I just got some inside information that UTSA has a week-long week where it's UNC Hate Week, where they just they flip the UNT logo upside down. And I'm just like, you know what? That's okay. Because when UNT comes to y'all stadium, we're going to run that stadium to the ground.
We have
a football team.
We have a UTSA Hate Week also. So.
I don't think we're flipping.
No, we're not flipping logos.
Down.
Yeah,
sure,
no.
But we do have a UTSA Hate Week.
I gotta say, it must be nice to be Anthony Council just on a day-to-day basis. The reality this man lives in, the optimistic just viewpoint and everything, it must be nice. Now, in reality, where the rest of us are living in, this is a tough game for UNT to be going on the road for.
It is. Very much so.
Two of the top teams in Conference USA. We obviously mentioned the big win that they had last year when UTSA was rolling. I don't think UTSA has forgotten that. I think UTSA is going to be ready to play here against UNT, and they know each other obviously really well, being in the same conference and whatnot. And personally, to me, based on the few games that I have seen of UTSA this year, they're the best team in Conference USA, top to bottom. Now, and it's pains me to say that as a Mean Green student, but it just from top to bottom, UTSA, they carried the momentum they've had from last year to this year, and I don't see that changing this time when UNT goes on the road. I mean, ESPN Power Index has a 75.7% chance that UTSA is going to win this game on their matchup predictor. That seems like it to me. Can UNT win this game? Absolutely. I'm not just going to disrespect UNT like that. It's just very hard for me to see UNT go on the road to UTSA and knock off the Roadrunners for a second year in a row after the game that we had last year.
I completely agree with Cullen on every statement you made. UTSA with Frank Harris is going to be running all over the place. We have shown that we are not good at stopping. UTSA has one of the better ones in the conference with Frank. And then they also got another Frank. They got Zachary Franklin, the receiver senior, that puts up numbers every week. So I think if we weren't able to stop any of the Memphises in the other
Texas Southern quarterback had a decent day against us on the ground.
Body
Doug Brumfield at UNLV.
Those guys are good, but you're playing a guy that has done this for some years. These are, like you just said, the power index. They have them 75% chance to win. There's a reason behind that. Like Cullen said, I don't think that it's just going to be UTSA rolls their helmets out and smacks UNT by 40, but I see this game being over by the second half and UTSA taking care of business in the Superdome. At that, they've got guys all over the field, and every matchup has been close or they've won it. So I don't think this game is going to be as close as we think. I think UTSA takes care of business, unfortunately.
Kevin Walker?
Again, I mean, I think it's understandable to think the UTSA is this bigger school than UNT, but UNT, I mean, we talked about it. Momentum is a very big thing, and it is a very real thing. And right now, I think UNT has more momentum than UTSA. Do keep in mind, UTSA does have the revenge that they want from last year, and that's completely understandable. And that can fuel enough motivation to beat them, and I understand that. But I think UNT right now is the more motivated team as far as, hey, we're winning and we're doing well. And I think there's maybe even talking in the locker room. Obviously, I'm not in the locker room. I don't have insider access. But if I had to guess, they might even be saying, hey, we're playing better than people thought we would be playing.
Can we get Kevin Walker, our own Kevin Walker, some insider access? Come on. What are we doing here, UNT?
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on now.
That's what I'm talking about. Very young Kevin Walker.
Now, Zach, I know you're everything knowing Mean Green, and you also know what we predicted for this game to start off the year. Was this a unanimous? Well, I think Anthony probably had a W because he had everything in W.
Yeah,
but
probably did.
I think. Let me hold on a second.
Yeah,
let me pull it up here.
While Zach gets that, I mean,
Anthony's screaming, "We want Bama from the student
no, we
section."
want Tennessee.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Everyone picked a UTSA loss. A loss to UTSA except for Anthony.
Except for Anthony. Okay.
Of course.
Does anyone want to change their pick? Because I'm honestly UTSA. Respect to UNT, but this seems like a perfect revenge style game that UTSA is going to be gamed up for.
I'm telling you, I want to hear some score predictions. I don't think this one's going to be close. Like I think UNT will keep it respectable at the half. By the time late third quarter comes around, this game will be over.
Dude, it's hard to bet against what Blake says because Blake makes so much sense. I mean, he's got a fair point.
I got a score for you.
I don't know if I had too much to back it up, but I appreciate it.
Just because you think about it, UNT, I'm sorry, Cullen, but UNT has not been the greatest second half team.
Yeah,
that's true.
So they're going to keep it close, and then we're going to get our hopes up. We're going to say a bunch of tweets. UNT is back. Go Eagles. Mr. What's his name? Our guy, the UNT 6. He's gonna be all over it, and then you're gonna see a tweet a couple minutes later saying, "I knew I shouldn't have trusted this team." I'm just lowering my expectations. UNT's playing good against some middling teams, but I think we're gonna play a real tough opponent, and we're gonna see what UNT is made of this week.
Score predictions?
38-28 UTSA.
I like that 10-point difference. I think I'm gonna give it UTSA. Damn, that's a really good score to pick, honestly. I'm going to say UTSA.
He's going to say UTSA.
Yeah, no kidding. Let me do 24-17 UTSA.
You think it stays that low? You think UNT?
I'd be shocked if
that's very low. I'd be
shocked.
I'm going. Okay.
I think if our defense could step up, maybe.
Well, I don't think our defense will step up. I really hope they do. I hope I am completely wrong. But if I had to put any money on it, I think this could be. I'm gonna say UTSA 38, UNT 24.
What's the over/under? Do we have that?
Yeah, it's 69.5.
Okay,
so yeah, 38 plus 28. So I've got it at. What is that? 66.
You're still 66. You're still taking the under.
Yeah.
I'd take the under.
And I'm feeling generous about mine.
Right.
Anthony
what's
Council.
the spread?
The spread is 9.5.
I am
UTSA.
here.
So do we think
I've got 10 over
collectively,
here,
do we think UNT can cover the spread?
I think no.
No.
Kevin Walker said so because he had a 7-point difference.
Yeah, I think no.
I think the spread's right.
I'm not a betting man, and I'm not going to bet on it, but I think they could theoretically.
Okay. Well,
Kevin
we've
really
got
wants that insider access.
We've gotten three score predictions from the people who say this is going to be a loss. Let's get our one holdout. Anthony Council.
Thank you.
What's your score prediction, sir?
I'm gonna keep it pretty even.
It's gonna be a tie.
It's gonna be a
The
tie.
first tie in college football since 1994 or whatever.
Exactly. I go UNT 27 and UTSA 24.
I don't know why. I get UNT winning, but you and Kevin have UTSA scoring less than 25.
That's unheard of to me.
I think our defense could play good.
Have we held any good team to under 25?
I mean, the only reason I'm doing that is because it's UTSA, and I think that UNT has they know that they're going to be coming after them.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, I want to hope and think that our defense is going to step up for this game specifically, just because it is a conference game, and it's this big of a game. So I'm just optimistic about our defense that our defense, even though it hasn't been great in this season,
Just out of curiosity, like how quickly is like humanity going to find the cure for cancer? Like how quick are we going to invent like fully electric cars? Because you're the optimist. So like
we have
we have
given
electric
up.
cars.
There is reported electric cars by 2025, just so you know, Cullen.
Based on what you
Anthony would say next year then.
North Texas has given up 27 or more points in every game except the opener.
There you go. Yeah,
Thank you.
there's no way UTSA doesn't score at least 30.
So now they're playing
35-27.
So other than SMU, they're playing the best team they've played all year, and now they're all of a sudden going to stop them from scoring over 25.
I would argue SMU is probably the best team they're going up against this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely a close second.
Yeah. This is definitely the second. So like, Anthony, based on that, you said that they're going to get up for this game. You don't think UTSA is getting up for this game?
Then now UTSA is going to be up early for this game for sure.
I think that if UNT were to win, the only way they win is a shootout, like high 30s.
2:30 kickoff, by the way.
You want
honestly,
me to drop a rare opinion into this group chat?
Yes,
I don't
please.
know. Are you? Are you allowed
Yes,
to?
please.
I
Oh yeah,
don't
that
know
is
if I'm
true.
allowed
Do you have to
to,
like write it
but,
down and we'll say it for you? This is Zach's thoughts.
Remember, you
Zach's
don't
thoughts.
run this show. You're
We
just
are Zach's
Yeah.
thoughts.
We don't want to get you in trouble
Yeah,
for
I
one
don't.
opinion.
We think
Zach, come on, we want to
Zach-
hear what Zach has to say.
Okay,
You
if
can't
Zach-
just tease it that way
If
and just
Zach
not
gets
say it.
fired, I had nothing to do with this. Moving my mic away.
48-45 North Texas.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Blake, that's a great prediction.
Yeah,
Of course, Anthony says that.
I mean, that's more on par. If I were to pick, that's what I would pick up at UNT dub. That would be the only way they win.
Mr.
It'd
Mean
have to be a
Green.
shootout.
Mr. Mean Green, can you give us some reasoning for your score, if you're allowed to do so?
It's like I already have insider.
He's walking a fine line.
I love both offenses, and I don't like both defenses.
Yeah,
All right.
that's very.
That's a very politically
He
correct
has
answer.
true inside access.
Yeah.
But I think
That's true.
I think UNT
Takes the dub.
can. The momentum is such that they can keep the run going. I don't think they're going to break a school record by any means. And UTSA has a much better run defense than Louisiana Tech does. But I'll still give them. I'll give them the 250 mark, the Kevin Walker 250 mark, and then I say Frank Harris just goes off and torches the secondary.
Absolutely torches our secondary.
Anthony, tell them what I said to you when you asked, what does UNT have to do to win this game? How many yards did I say that I needed to have?
Said like over 250.
There you go. So me and Kevin are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's not often.
I just want to say, imagine if they get to 9-3. You know what?
If they
I
get to
would-
9-3,
if they get to
Anthony,
9-3, Anthony, we're all taking
We
you out
will-
for a steak
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
We will
Steak on me.
publicly-
Steak on me.
we will publicly come on this podcast and apologize to you individually.
we will write essays.
Don't
Okay.
We will treat it
Okay.
like a class assignment.
like that
Class
would be,
projects.
I would be. I would feel really good. I'm not gonna lie.
But when
Just
they
if they
don't,
go 9-3.
when they don't, you have to say that you were.
You have to buy all of us. a
No,
steak
there you
dinner.
go. I like that idea.
Oh, I better get my pocketbook ready for next week.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
Wow, not even confident in your own pick. Just
No, I'm
fold like
kidding.
that.
I guess when it comes to
We're
money,
going to take the dub this weekend against UTSA. 45-38.
That's like your third different
I was
score
gonna
that you've
say, I
given
don't think
them.
that's the score
I've
he
given
said.
plenty of different scores. Look, I'm just giving them options, okay?
You're giving them options.
At the end of the day,
It's like UNT goes in this game, hey, Anthony gave you 3 choices to win by. Just pick one.
Exactly.
So Anthony's got a 1-in-3 shot.
It's like the Buffalo Wild Wings commercial where he hits the button and Anthony's just running the counter for UNT.
Exactly.
All right, well, there you go. That's a look at UTSA and a recap of the La Tech game. Coming up here on the Green Guys, we discuss soccer and volleyball.
Hey everybody, this is Jaylee Mitchell, head coach of the University of North Texas women's basketball team, and you are listening to The Green Guys.
Welcome back to the Green Guys, where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Now time to talk a little bit of volleyball and soccer as the seasons roll on, kind of getting close to ending here for both of them. Soccer only has 2 games left. Volleyball has... I need to look at the schedule again. I know they're getting close to the end of their season as well. I don't have this ingrained in my head like I do the football team. They've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
They got a couple.
6, 7. Okay,
They
8.
got-
Not 1, not
7.
2,
No,
not
it's
3,
7.
not 4,
It's
not
7.
5.
They've got 7 matches left in volleyball. But they're coming off of a win over UTSA, a 3-2 win. That's following a loss to Western Kentucky on Friday, but that's a little understandable. 3-1 was the final score in that Western Kentucky game. Western Kentucky, by the way, the 23rd ranked team in not in Conference USA, in the entire nation. Wow. In the top 25. So that was an understandable loss, but then they rebounded with a 5-set win over UTSA.
How many top 25s are there in Conference USA then?
2, Rice and Western Kentucky. It's a good volleyball conference.
Interesting.
And but yeah, Aaron Johnson led North Texas with 25 kills against UTSA on Sunday. North Texas now 10-12 on the season, but they're 4-3 in conference play, kind of middle to above middle of the pack when it comes to the volleyball standings in the conference. But who's got some thoughts on volleyball? Still kind of moseying their way, not to what will be an overtly successful season, but still a pretty good one, especially under a first-year or a brand-new head coach.
Yeah.
Who's got thoughts?
I got some really good thoughts.
Fire away.
2 letters and a number. AJ 23. A career high 25 kills. What a phenomenal game for her. I mean, she went off this game against UTSA. I mean, the Mean Green, they obviously they're coming off a loss against Western Kentucky, number 23 ranked. But this game is a great bounce back win for them, winning 2 sets, which is phenomenal. Especially,
wait, say that again. 3 out of the 2?
Well, maybe not. Well, they won 3-2.
3 of the 5.
3 of the 5.
I'm messing with you, Anthony.
Thank you, ZB. Thank you. But like I said, AJ 23, phenomenal game for her. I think this is just going to carry over the rest of the season. I mean, they've had an up and down season as we've seen this year, but I think right now, I think I think they should be on a high right now, especially after this win.
Do we dare say the real 23? AJ 23?
Might as well.
There's a lot of 23s.
To be fair. I mean, she's got the J and the 23 part right.
But there's only one for the Mean UNT volleyball team.
Absolutely. No, I just wanted to touch in a little bit more on the stats. UNT has outkilled their opponents, scoring 1,050.
Wow. They've murdered them.
I'm about to say, that's a wild statement if you don't know the context of it.
They have annihilated their opponents.
They have 1,051 kills to their opponents' 972. They just committed more errors, 478 to the opponents' 427. What's really interesting about the squad, I mean, we've talked about the character and everything, and you've just kind of really brushed off unless they win the first set, Anthony. But, I mean, it's been the telltale of their season. Again, winning the first set has been the crucial mark in winning this games for this UNT squad. We obviously look at this roster from top to bottom. You mentioned AJ 23 leading the way. Obviously, we just recently got the win over UTSA this past, yesterday?
Yep.
So on Sunday. I'm hopeful for the future of the squad. And I think anybody who came into the season with hopes of potentially contending in Conference USA, as Zach mentioned, 2 teams ranked in the top 25, they just were a little misguided. This team's got a bright future. I believe in the coach. I believe in her process, and I believe in her system. She's just got to get more other than her transfers, obviously, that she brought from McNeese State into the program and continue to build on it. But they've shown flashes that they can be a contending team. It's year one. So year one, you don't expect a complete turnaround 180 unless you're, the Nick Saban of college volleyball. So, I mean, with respect to Christy Porter, I think she's done a phenomenal job this year with this squad.
Yeah, and speaking of this game against UTSA, I mean, 88.0 points to UTSA's 75, 72 kills to their 55, and, I mean, 68 assists to their 50 assists. And, I mean, Cece had 37 assists on that game, which is incredible. And I just think that this game is going to carry on into the next one when I believe they face Tech.
La Tech. Sunday the 23rd. They actually have Friday off this week. Normally it's a Friday-Sunday thing.
Now that game they're going to have to be careful because they did beat La Tech on October 9th 3-0, and I'm sure La Tech is going to remember that. So the biggest thing for that game is they got to watch film. They just got to be prepared because you don't want to go in there thinking that, we got this game and then come out with a loss. So,
yeah. Well, there you go. Volleyball continues their up and down season, but again, as we've mentioned, it's a new head coach, and they're impressing pretty much everybody right now. Their next game this Sunday against Louisiana Tech in Ruston. Switching gears over to soccer, the season is winding down, and soccer has won back-to-back games after a loss at Rice back on October 9th. They beat FIU in Miami 3-1, and then this past Sunday at home beat UTSA 3-1 as well. Got goals from Allie Bird, Kat Burnell, and Olivia Klein. Klein's got her 9th goal of the season this year.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the soccer team, y'all?
Allie Bird is the UTSA Roadrunner Slayer. Had 4 goals last year. Got her one today, or last time they played. So she just knows the Roadrunners in and out like the back of her hand, and they were able to get the dub. But, I mean, Olivia Klein, we were expecting big things as being the senior on this team, and she's really produced. She's got 22 points on the season, 9 of those coming from goals, 4 assists. So she's been kind of the all-around player for them. And then also, with 15 goals, Taylor Tufts has been a great player for them. Kat Burnell got a goal that we haven't seen in a while. Anthony, I don't know if she's going to live up to your season total.
She has 5 goals this season. I think that's a lot less than 3 per game. But she still looked really good.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely, she's a freshman. She's got so much growth. She can definitely be the cornerstone for Headland for years to come. She definitely has grown. The fact that she's even in the top 4 in points on this amazing soccer team is a blessing in that form anyways. But just to go through some of the stats throughout the season, this is a very aggressive, mean green team. Just by goals per period, they have 17 in the first to their opponents, only 11. They have 20 in the second period to their opponents, 7. And then just by shots per period. So UNT is averaging 136 shots per period, where their opponents are only averaging 88. So they're out shooting their opponent by almost 50 on average in the first. Obviously not every game, we just averaged out throughout the season. And then as far as the second period, it's in an even bigger margin. They have 150 shots per period versus their opponent who only has 58, so 92, almost 100. So they're doubling the amount of shots. They're getting aggressive in that second half. They're putting pressure on the opponent's goalkeeper, and that turns into goals. Now, obviously, they haven't had this spectacular record that we're knowing them to do, but they still secured another winning season, 28 years in a row without a losing season. They did it again. They did enough to go through conference. They didn't have what is their record through conference? It is 5-2-1 throughout the conference. So 9-5-2 overall. So about a 625 win percentage. So they're doing what they have to do. But I think when it comes down to it, they're going to clutch up. You have Headland there. You got Klein playing well. You got Jacobson at the helm at the goalkeeper position. So they're doing all they need to do. I think this team will be fine. They got to count down. They got to slow down on the fouls and cards though. So
that's your only critique.
Yeah, just the cards.
Okay.
Aggressive play is going to have mistakes behind it. So when you're playing aggressive like they are, you're going to give up some goals like they did to Rice and whatnot. But I think their defense has definitely been something that it can be worked on because the offense has kind of been there. Kev?
You hit the nail on the head. There's not much else to add. They're a good team. They're going to keep winning. They're going to figure it out. They figured it out in the past.
And there you go. So they've got 2 games left at UTEP this Sunday, and then next Saturday, the 29th, senior night, 7 p.m. game, Saturday, October 29th against Louisiana Tech to close out their season.
And where's that game on? That game is on ESPN Plus versus Louisiana Tech. So you better be watching that game as they close out the season on October 29th. It's a Saturday at 7. You don't got nothing better to do. Get your homework done and watch the ladies close out the season.
There you go. That's volleyball and soccer talk coming up next for the Birds.
Hey, I'm Christy Porter, and you're listening to The Green Guys.
And welcome back to The Green Guys, where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. It's now time where we learn a little bit about the school that North Texas is going to play in the upcoming football game, and this week's show is called For the Birds, all focusing on UTSA trivia. After a throttling start to the semester, Yellow Studio has dropped back-to-back weeks.
You won last week, Kev?
Rigged.
You won last week? Why did you text
And
me?
hold on. Can we
It
point this
was.
out? They won the first week when I wasn't here. And then they won last week when it was like, 6 questions?
Yeah.
They haven't beat us straight up, fully supported.
Excuses.
That's very true.
A dub is a dub.
Dub is a dub. All
That's
right.
true. A dub is a dub. Just
Well,
like how
here we
UNT is
go.
going to win this week.
All right, we're jumping right into it, Mr. Optimist Council.
Yes, sir.
UTSA's campus was designed by architect O'Neill Ford, who designed what other famous San Antonio landmark? Was it A, the San Antonio Riverwalk, B, the Tower of the Americas, or C, the Monument to the Alamo? Green Studio, you're first.
Kev, I don't want to mess this up, man. I mean, if you got the mojo, I feel like you kind of had to take I'll fit in where needed.
Okay, what was the question again?
Okay, well, I guess I'm starting it off.
UTSA's campus was designed by architect O'Neill Ford, who also designed what other famous San Antonio landmark? A, the Riverwalk, B, the Tower of the Americas, or C, the Monument to the Alamo?
So, Monument of the Alamo, Tower of the Americas, and what was the other one?
The Riverwalk.
A is too obvious, so we can X that out.
Okay.
That's like the only
I'm
landmark people know.
letting you. Take
No, bro. You won last week without me. If I come on here and get the first one on, they're like, well, Blake's the reason they're losing. Everyone's commenting as we speak, murmuring to their friends, Blake off the show. So no, I'm not self-sabotaging. You go.
this one. Okay, well, you just ruled out one answer. So.
Okay, so I helped. I personally, I think it's B.
It's a team effort here.
I personally think it's B, but if you have a reason for C, I'm 100% out.
I don't have any reason for any of them.
Okay, B.
Tower of the Americas, Yellow Studio.
Okay, this is just a separate question, but are we going to be talking about what the name of this game is? Like, what the name of this rivalry is called? Or what the game is going to be played?
He said it was Go Birds.
I said For the Birds.
Well,
is
no,
the name of
I'm
the
just
show.
saying-
Same difference.
Oh, I was just saying, could this showdown be called Battle of the Birds? Because, the eagle and the
Yeah,
roadrunner?
I guess it could.
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
Angry
I don't know.
Birds.
I was just spitballing
Cullen
there.
wants to change Zach's game. No, I'm kidding.
Cullen, stop trying to critique me and answer the question.
Fine. All right, Anthony, what do you think? Since Zach doesn't want to hear my opinion.
Changes the answer.
Whatever we answer is not
my
going to be right
gosh.
anyway.
Anthony, are you good?
I think so.
I think he's caught my pneumonia.
I just heard him cackle.
Don't stay in yellow.
Okay. I'm not going to ask the question
Okay.
again,
Okay.
as some people do. But
Actually, you know what, Zach? Can you repeat the answers again, Zach? Just for
UTSA's campus was designed by architect O'Neill Ford, who designed what other famous San Antonio landmark? A, the Riverwalk, B, the Tower of the Americas, or C, the Monument to the Alamo?
the Monument of the Alamo. What? No, I'm not going with that one.
I didn't think it was that one either. I think they're right. A seems too obvious, does it not?
Yeah,
So which one are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Tower.
Okay,
All right.
I'll roll with you.
Lock it in?
Lock it in.
All right, and you're both correct. Tower of the
Gnarly.
Americas was the correct answer. That is the ball on a stick that's
Let's go.
on the San Antonio
I
skyline.
can stay on the show.
Number 2, despite being established in 1969, UTSA didn't have a football program until what year? A, 2011, B, 2000, or C, 2007? Yellow, you're first.
2011, 2000, 2007.
Yep.
Okay. God, I feel like the old head, I should know this. But my memory does get a little foggy.
You said their first football program?
Yeah.
The first football program. God, so then UTSA is a relatively, or I guess this version of them is pretty young. Safe
This
to
is
say.
the only football program they've ever had.
Wow. And yet it's still older than Kevin.
Well, that depends on the answer.
No, either way, it's older.
Okay.
No, in all seriousness, okay, so 2011, I feel like it was older than 2011.
Has to be.
Because we would have known that this is like the 11th year or something like that. Like, they would have been around the number. And when they played last year, I feel like they would have said something along the lines of, like, this is the 10th year anniversary of whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because 2000 seems like perfectly like a round number. And then,
right.
so...
You said 2000, 2011, and then what was the other
2007.
one? 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, 2007 makes sense because it's like it's not so early. It's kind of like in the middle. But
I don't know. Maybe it was 2011. I don't know.
I'm just gonna guess.
Go for it.
I'm guessing 11. 11 is always a good number. It's always a lucky number. You wish on
Locking it in?
on 11.
Sure. I'm lost on this one.
All right. Green Studio.
Kevin, take it.
11 is my favorite number, but personally, I feel most comfortable with 2007 on this scenario.
I agree.
You locking it in?
Yeah.
And you're wrong, Green Studio. It was 2011.
Wow.
They are a very recent, one of the younger FBS programs
Wow.
in all of the nation.
So all of Cullen's logic just went out the window.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of usually how it works. Is like I do the logical answer, and then Anthony tells me, "No, this is the
Yes, you have to
This is
think
the
broad.
correct one.
yeah, this is the correct one that doesn't make sense."
Exactly.
So that's
I
our
think-
strategy right now.
I think any answer that has to do with time, and Cullen says to Kevin, that he's the old head, and he knows a lot of
spit it out.
You
stuff.
definitely got that confused.
I think his brain just went to Boca Raton for the middle of that sentence.
Boca Raton. Absolutely. Yeah.
UTSA, number 3, UTSA was admitted to Conference USA in 2013. What conference were they in before that? So from 2011 to 2013. Was it A, the Western Athletic Conference, otherwise known as the WAC? Was it B, the Mid-American Conference, otherwise known as the MAC? Or was it C, the Big South Conference? Green Studio, you're first.
Is the SEC not an answer?
UTSA did not make their college football debut in the SEC.
Okay, so there was SWAC.
No, WAC.
Oh, WAC.
Whack Mac.
Okay.
WAC, MAC, or Big South?
Whack Mac in the South. Or even
Sounds like a
bigger.
really bad McDonald's commercial.
It does.
You want a Whack Mac while you're eating a double cheeseburger? Well, come on down.
They're bringing it back.
I
So
like
the
WAC.
WAC.
We
So-
really need to
so-
get this podcast sponsored by like something local. By the way, I'm starving. I
Bebo's?
need some dinner. Bebo's, yeah, could be an answer. Sorry.
So WAC was a very talented conference for all Texas schools.
Agreed.
I remember me and Zach have talked about this in
Ooh.
past conversation.
Ooh, there we go. Now we're thinking.
It was all Texas schools, but I cannot recall if UTSA was one of those Premier League schools.
I'm feeling Mac.
Mac was the
Mid-American Conference.
I was way off. Mid-American.
WAC
That's
is
a-
the Western Athletic Conference.
And then you said the
South.
Big
the
South.
Big South, yeah.
I'm cool with Mac or Big South. I agree. I
See,
don't
all
think
of
it's
them,
whack.
all of them make sense.
I'm spinning.
But if we
Did I
say-
say, by the way, that I expect the winning team to get 4 correct answers?
I
Yeah,
think you did
you
say
did.
that.
Okay.
So, WAC would mean that they were a very good team right off the bat.
Which is probably not right. Because they changed conferences two years later to the Conference
Wait.
USA.
Which one are you feeling?
So what
You
we
said
need,
Mac.
what we need to do is, do we think Conference USA is
It's
better
not
than?
WAC. It's not WAC. I don't think it's WAC.
Do we think Conference USA is better than any of these 3 conferences he's named?
Well, you have to think of the last time we've heard of such conference.
I didn't even know the Big South was a conference, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going Mac.
Mid-American.
But if you like Big South, we can go to Dirty South.
Let's
some
go.
catfish.
Let's go MAC conference.
All right, the MAC, locking it in. Yellow Studio.
So, just for clarification, right? So we do this thing where we go and work for Aubrey High School, right? And we travel to wherever their stadium's being played. We call their games and all this, right?
Yeah.
In case the listeners didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm the person that usually gets here earliest other than Zach. So me and Zach get to talk a little, just sports beforehand, just catch up throughout the week, all this other stuff.
Slight flex.
He mentioned, because we were talking about UTSA and the history of the Conference USA, and we randomly got on this topic, but it just popped in my head whenever this question came up. And I believe Zach said he talked about the UTSA being in the WAC conference.
Wow. That's
So I'm
cheating.
going. So I
That's
think I'm going to
cheating.
go with the WAC conference because Zach said it himself. So
Wow.
I'm going to go with the WAC.
Wow. That's
Wow.
digging deep, and you're correct.
Wow.
So how long has the WAC been around? Because
The
I was
WAC,
thinking,
so the WAC has been around since the 70s.
because I remember
I think, but they stopped. The reason UTSA moved to Conference USA was the WAC stopped sponsoring football.
Okay, because I was thinking, because I remember you telling me North Texas was trying to get into the WAC.
No, they were trying to get into the SWC, the Southwest Conference. West, but the South version. And that's a conference that folded in 1994.
Basically, the life lesson in this is actually get to the stadium early, guys, so we don't have to wait on y'all.
I'm just glad I didn't have to contribute a minute to that.
Score.
I was very impressed. I'm just looking at Cullen like, oh, wow.
Score is 3-1, Yellow Studio. Number 4, UTSA has fallen victim to some tragic football irony in their history. Which of these is it? A, they've never sold out the Alamo Dome for a regular season game, but they sold it out for their very first spring game. B, they upset number 12 Washington in their first ever game and then promptly lost 11 in a row. Or C, despite reaching 8 wins in their first FBS season, they were bowl ineligible as being a first-year FBS program. Yellow Studio, you're first.
Okay. So they won 8 games and did not receive a bowl game. They upset Washington, and what was the other answer?
And then they've never sold out the Alamo Dome for a regular season game, but they sold it out for the spring game.
How do you win 8 games and not go to a bowl game?
Well, the thing is like UTSA's had some good teams. Obviously, they won, I think it was 10-plus games last year.
Yeah, they win 11. They started 11-0.
Yeah, there you go. So there's just, if your team is that good and you don't sell out your arena, that just forever an L. Like UTSA fans don't talk to us if that is the case.
It's like, seriously.
So I'm not gonna pick that one. Again, I'm just working through the logical, right?
Of course. And
then 8 games and not getting a bowl game. I'm not sure when the rule was whenever, because it wasn't always the case where it was you had to win 6 games just to qualify for a bowl game. Mm-hmm. It used to be a different mark. And again, the years are fuzzy, but I don't believe it was that far back that the rule change was made. So I'm wanting to think that it was they beat the University of Washington, the Huskies, and then lost 11 straight, because that just seems like the most logical answer. But then, Anthony, you're about to tell me that I'm wrong, so please tell me what the actual right answer is.
I'm actually going to go with that one.
You actually going to go with that one?
Yeah. I'm going to go with that one.
You think Zach is not behooving me right now?
I don't think he's behooving you.
I don't know if I actually used
word of the day.
That was correct. Behooving was the correct word.
There you go.
I'm going to go with...
Big SAT words here on the Greencast podcast.
Right.
All right. So you're going with B?
Yep.
Lock it in.
We'll walk in Washington.
All righty. And Green Studio.
Okay, so they're on a mark. UTSA has definitely sold out the Alamo Dome. I like his logic with the loss to Washington won against Washington and then lost a bunch of games. But I think the whole 8 games not making to the bowl, we think that wouldn't be true, but I feel like that would be the kind of weird, wonky one that for some reason was true. That's what I'm feeling with.
Okay, I'm done with that.
Kevin, you're not really giving me much back. You're just agreeing with me. I'm scared.
I like that answer. I like both B and C. I like both B and C.
Well, which one do you like more?
I don't like picking after them. So
they went with the Washington game. So you want to go with the didn't make the bowl game?
Yeah, let's go bowl game. Because if we don't get this one, then the game's basically over anyway. So
we're only down by 1, right?
You're down by 2. Wow. But now you're only down by 1 because you're correct.
Let's go!
See, that's what happens when you listen to logic and reason in this game.
They won 8 games in their first FBS season, but they were bowl ineligible because there's an NCAA rule that states first-year FBS programs can't go to bowl games.
I knew it. I knew there was something.
So how did you know that the Alamo Dome had been? Is it Alamo Dome?
Alamo Dome.
How did you know it was been sold out?
Because my friend Clay that was going to come on talks about how that place is jumping every other game.
I was about to say, there's no way
sell that thing out all the time.
There's 64,000.
No, that thing is jumping like every other game.
There's no way a program that is that well coached and that well successful that doesn't sell at the stadium.
Kevin,
especially in Texas.
Kevin, here's your answer. What do you do in San Antonio?
Yeah, I get that. It's just like Lubbock and Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're gonna sell out just because there's nothing else around.
I saw shots fired. They know it themselves. I know many people in Lubbock.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I'm actually tired of getting answers wrong because every time I get an answer wrong, we knuckle pump and you have a ring on and you're bruising my finger.
You say every time you get an answer wrong, you got a knuckle pump?
I just been taking it. We knuckle each other. He's got a fat ring on. He bruises my knuckle every time.
Sorry. I'll keep that in mind.
All right, number 5. The Alamo Dome was once the home of a Canadian Football League team. What was the name of the team? Was it A, the Texas Stallions, B, the San Antonio Raiders, or C, the San Antonio Texans? Green, you're first.
I'm lost.
C. But whatever one you're feeling, just flip a coin. Honestly,
Okay.
There's no way we
can't
can have
flip
logic.
a coin. There's 3 options.
Flip a 3-sided coin,
Okay.
a pyramid, if you will. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pyramid has 4 sides.
Pyramid has 5 sides.
5 sides, even more.
Oh my God, Kevin.
It's late.
I know we're journalism students, but come on, man.
flip a triangle.
I could have just said a pyramid.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just pick one.
So the Stallions, the Raiders,
Or the Texans.
or the Texans.
Can you say the Raiders?
I kind of like the Stallions. I'm not doing it. You can do it.
You do it.
You can do it.
No, I won't. Only if you pick them.
They are so scared to get an answer wrong over there.
I know. Crazy.
What are y'all afraid to get an
That
answer
sounds like
wrong?
a loser mentality.
Yeah.
We're good over here.
I kind of like the Stallions, to be honest.
I like a good stallion.
Texas Stallions, locking it in.
Lock it in.
All right, Yellow Studio, you're up.
Okay, could you repeat the answers just real quickly?
Texas Stallions, San Antonio Raiders, or San Antonio Texans. This was the name of a CFL team that called San Antonio home.
It's San Antonio. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's
Home with the Spurs.
home of the Spurs. You're right. Let's see.
See if that plays a factor.
I don't know. So it's the San Antonio Stallions or the Texans.
Stallions or Texans?
I don't know because they went Stallions, correct?
I think they said
Here.
Stallions. Yep.
We'll go opposite because they went opposite on us and it worked out for them. So let's go Texans.
And the Yellow Studio is correct.
Gnarly Harley.
It was the San Antonio Texans.
That's
that
what I was
called
feeling.
for 2 years.
I was thinking about that.
Should've said that.
I like stallions. I when you said it, I was like, you can't go against that.
2 years, the San Antonio Texans of the Canadian Football League called the Alamo Dome home. We're halfway through. Your score is Yellow 4, Green 2.
Damn.
NHL hockey has been played at the Alamo Dome.
Of course, we get a hockey question.
What team claimed it as home for 2 preseason games in the 90s? A, the Arizona Coyotes. B, the Dallas Stars. C, the Colorado Avalanche.
Those are actual teams. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna have to know this one. This isn't like a.
Well, that's Yellow Studio.
Okay,
Yeah, Yellow Studio goes first.
Let's listen to their reasoning.
Okay, so we got the Dallas Stars, the Coyotes, and then what was the last team?
Avalanche.
Avalanche. Okay.
Zach, you know this answer, don't you?
I mean, I created
before
the
you
Well, I mean, he
even-
created the quiz. I hope you know the answer.
No. I'm saying before you even created this game, you probably knew the answer to this, probably. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
See, okay,
yeah.
so Dallas Stars seems like the obvious bait. Like it's literally just dangling out there, just being like, just pick me.
Oh.
And then
Pick me.
Coyotes seems like it's the kind of off the wall answer that he just kind of threw in there.
Yeah.
The Avalanche are the defending Stanley Cup champions, are they not?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be just something that would pop up on Twitter that Zach would just find and add into this quiz. I don't know. Like
Psychology.
I'm
Psychology.
I'm literally trying to get inside the mind of Zach Babb. It's an interesting
hard.
place.
Especially when it comes to hockey.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Man
right.
knows
So
hockey like the back of his hand.
I know, and watch it be the Coyotes too. But what are you thinking? I don't know. I'm thinking.
I don't think
Avalanche.
it's the Stars.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's just
Because the Star. You said in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Because the Stars didn't come down here. Like they were the Stars were up in I think Minnesota before.
Oh yeah, when did they move?
They moved. I know they didn't play in the Alamo Dome. I know that
Okay.
because I remember I had a conversation with Zach about about hockey.
Yeah, basically, life lesson here. Just have conversations with Zach. Apparently.
See that?
Okay. I don't know. I'm feeling Avalanche. What do you think?
See, I'm feeling Coyotes though.
You're feeling Coyotes?
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those. All right. I feel like we should like almost flip a coin. Do you have a coin on you?
I'm feeling tired.
Oh, don't even, Kevin. You take like 50 years to answer your question.
That's very true.
Don't even. You want to go Coyotes?
Y'all always go with Anthony's answer.
No, we don't. We went with Cullen's answer the past couple. The other answer, actually, you know what?
I mean, who's
Back
the
to this-
brains in there? Who's the leader?
Back to this question.
Doesn't matter. It's a collective group effort.
Yes. Y'all are
It
knuckle.
doesn't really sound like it.
You
It
guys
doesn't
are
really sound
knuckle
like a
punching to the answers
collective.
you guys get wrong. That's kind of weird.
Pick an answer.
The ones we get
Okay.
right.
Let's go Coyotes. Anthony's
Okay.
usually right.
We're gonna go
Coyotes.
with Coyotes.
Alrighty. And Green Studio.
Dang it, that's what I wanted to pick. I was hoping they didn't pick it. I feel like it's the Coyotes.
I don't want to go with Stars, but I have a strong feeling that it could be the Stars just based off the psychology play.
You got it.
Locking in Stars.
I don't know.
I think it's the Coyotes, but I don't want to be the reason we lose.
I don't either.
Oh
If
my
we
God,
lose
guys,
this,
hurry
I'm out of
up.
confidence in this
If
room.
we lose, we're done.
No, how many questions left?
4.
So we can still tie and it'd be 5-3.
No, you could still theoretically win even if you get this question wrong.
Okay, let's
Let's go Stars.
go Stars.
And you're right, Green Studio.
Let's go!
I dangled the bait and they took it.
Trusting your teammate. That's what happens when you trust your teammate.
All right.
Unbelievable.
4-3 is your score. Yellow Studio in front. Number 7. UTSA's first head coach, Larry Coker, had a national title under his
That's
belt
a name.
before he got to UTSA. Which team did he coach to a national title? Was it A, 2001 Miami Hurricanes,
Nope.
B, the 1998 Tennessee Volunteers,
Maybe.
or C, the 1985 Oklahoma Sooners?
So we
Nope,
were
nope.
just talking about the Tennessee
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
when the last time they were good.
Yeah.
When did Peyton Manning get drafted into the league? Do you know off the top of
Freaking
your head?
Black and white TVs. How old is he?
Peyton is 40 something.
Peyton was in the league like 20 years, so at least before 2000. Probably like what year did you say the Vols?
98.
Because you
I
have
like
to think
that.
about it. Yeah, you have to think about it. Peyton and Tom were playing each other when Peyton was still with the Colts.
I like
They
that.
were Baltimore Colts back at that time.
I personally like Tennessee in '98. I don't think it was Oklahoma. I've never heard of Coker winning at Oklahoma.
Are you an Oklahoma fan?
No, but I'm just saying
Oh, okay.
I've
Well, 'cause
never.
you said the Sooners. So
I just don't like UT.
okay, fair.
And then A was Miami, like in 2001.
yeah,
No,
but there was a lot of coaches on that staff.
he's head coach, right, or just there?
Head coach.
Head coach.
So you're saying he? Can you repeat the question? Just the question.
UTSA's first head coach, Larry Coker, had a national title under his belt before he got to UTSA. Who did he coach to a title?
Okay.
I'm gonna feel so dumb if I'm wrong.
So
It's okay though.
So you're thinking Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm thinking I feel no reasoning behind Miami and Oklahoma, and it kind of is matching up with the Peyton Manning timeline.
Okay, let's do Tennessee.
Okay.
They lock it in. Yellow Studio.
All right, so the name of the game is to not go with the other team's answer, is what I've learned. So we're not going Tennessee.
No.
And the other answers are Oklahoma and Miami.
There's a reason I'm not going with Tennessee.
Holy crap, my memory actually let me remember all 3 answers. You know what? If I remember correctly, because it was before he went to UTSA, where Oklahoma and Miami both had national championships like in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
But I said 85 Oklahoma and 2001 Miami.
I'm thinking 2001. I like Miami. I like the U. Anthony?
Locking it in.
I think
I
that's
love the U.
I think that's like the second best option. I think those two are the best options you can go with, to be honest.
I'm going with the U.
I'm going with Cullen.
And the U is correct.
Dang it! I let us down.
Yes, sir.
I let us down. That's on me, Kev.
5-3. Wow, this is actually, y'all are getting a lot more right than I thought.
Hey, Cullen, you think they knuckle bumped like when they got the answer
Shut up.
wrong?
Shut up.
Actually, we did not.
Yeah, don't worry about us.
All right, so this is still
Weird.
anyone's game. There's 3 questions left. It's a 2-question difference. Number 8, UTSA almost had a different mascot than the Roadrunner after the first student election for a mascot was declared null and void. What mascot won the initial vote? A, the Snakes, B, the Panthers, or C, the Armadillos? Yellow Studio, you're first.
Okay. Snake, Armadillo, what was the other one?
I got this. I got it because I've been doing research.
Panthers?
No, I don't believe it's the Panthers.
Does
Snakes.
research mean you have your computer open right now?
No, I didn't know. You can ask Zach. I actually did.
I don't think we
research.
can ask Zach if you have your computer open right now.
Zach, was I doing research in the office with you, and I asked you these questions, and
Zach,
you said all
plead
of them
the
are
fifth.
wrong?
Plead the fifth. Zach is not part of this, like he told us. Come on, Anthony, just answer. Mr. I did research.
I did.
And the answer is, Mr. Council?
I don't think it's. Am I allowed to put my input in here, or is it just strictly?
You can. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't think it's the Panthers.
We were just going with the star of the show over there.
I know. Hey, I got the last question correct. Thank you very much.
A little internal drama. Who's the leader?
You actually got the last couple questions right, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Boo.
I don't think it's the Panthers.
Get a room.
Okay. Okay. So Panthers is, I don't believe, is it.
Panthers is not it, Cullen. We got it.
I don't think it's the Snakes either, because I feel like if it's in Texas and mascot, it'd be like the Rattlesnakes.
Like the Snakes makes a lot of sense.
But I think it's the Roadrunner, personally.
The Roadrunner. Okay, got it.
Or the Armadillo, excuse me.
I was going to say.
Well, the Roadrunner is the mascot now, buddy.
But I think it's the Armadillo. That's what I meant. The Armadillo
You're
is.
good. Locking it in?
That was a lot of words to get to Armadillo.
Well, yeah, because y'all interrupted me the entire time. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. They say armadillos.
Yes.
What do you say?
I honestly
Green Studio
felt really good about armadillos.
But is it too obvious?
But the thing is like snakes. How the hell do you even have a dress-up mascot for snakes? Like, you'd have to have an actual snake mascot. But, like, who wants to deal with that? Anthony, please, for the love of God, please stop.
You just pick an answer. I don't know. We can't do armadillos. We can't like just keep defaulting to the answer.
It was snakes, armadillos, or what?
Panthers.
No way, it was Panthers. Right? I mean, Panthers is one of the most
I honestly,
common teams to go for
armadillos is the obvious San Antonio-esque kind of answer. So it's like, I don't think he would give us that easy. If it's one of the ones we wouldn't guess. This one didn't even make it. He said, read the question again.
They almost had a different mascot other than the Roadrunner after the first election for a student mascot was declared null and void.
Null and void. So let's think about it. What would be declared null and void? Like you just said, what would our mascot even be if we're the Snakes? Boom. Snakes.
Okay.
Panthers,
I like
Panthers
it.
too off the rails. Snakes.
I like it. Snakes.
And this game show's over. Yellow
Wow.
Studio is correct. It was the Armadillos.
What up? Hey, Anthony, you want a knuckle bump?
Too obvious.
Yep. Bink. No rings here.
Damn it.
And no bruises.
All right. Well, the record for correct answers is 7. And right now, Yellow has 6.
I let you down, Kevin. I let you down. You said armadillos, and I said snakes.
I think the part that sucks is that I said armadillos.
Yeah, you did. And I didn't believe in you, and that's why we lost.
Number
Yeah,
9.
I apologize.
UTSA has its fair share of traditions. Which of these is a UTSA tradition? Is it A, the Roadrunner race? Live Roadrunners are led through an obstacle course at the Alamo Dome before homecoming. Is it B, the football team captains have a jalapeno eating contest the night before home games? Or is it C, the homecoming parade is exclusively made up of golf carts?
Can you say jalapeno again?
Jalapeno.
Yeah, you said it weird.
Did I?
Yeah,
You
said
put
jalapeno.
a lot of emphasis on the jala.
Jalapeno. You're up.
We're
Green
just
Studio.
having fun at this point since
Yeah.
we've lost.
You've lost, but pick one.
So jalapenos, roadrunners, or
Golf cart homecoming parades.
what sounds most fun, Blake?
I would love to eat jalapenos while there's armadillos racing in a golf cart.
Combine all three.
Just
So
pick one.
roadrunners can't run around in Alamo. That's way too uncontrollable, right?
Right. They're fast.
That's what they're known for.
Oh wait, are we talking about armadillos?
I thought they were slow.
Roadrunner race.
In my head, I was thinking of armadillos running across.
Get rid of the old question.
So
Can we say that would be way more entertaining to see armadillos race?
I don't know. Well, maybe.
Jalapeno sounds pretty cool. Jalapeno eating competition?
But no, don't you think that'd hit like Sports Center or something?
Well, I think Roadrunners running across it at Sports Center, but I'm not tuned into UTSA local news.
So, and what was the other one? Football team does what now?
Homecoming parade is
Oh,
exclusively made up of golf carts.
Sure, do that.
Golf
Homecoming
carts?
parade.
Yep.
Golf carts. Sure.
All right,
why
they
not?
lock it in.
We're
Yellow
gonna get it
Yellow
right.
Studio, what's up?
I'm just trying to picture all of us in golf carts with jalapenos and armadillos just running alongside.
And roadrunners.
And
Combined,
roadrunners.
Just throw in all four.
Just throwing all four.
Tiger tails.
I don't know.
So, yeah, with tiger tails raining from the sky.
And I don't think they would risk, again, this is logic here, I don't think they'd risk eating jalapenos and getting sick. Golf carts seem like it's a pretty safe answer, but it doesn't seem like it's crazy answer.
Seems like the most fun.
Right. And then I don't know about wild animals, to be honest. So I'm personally don't really like any of the answers. I'm being honest.
They're all
One of
null
these
and
is
void.
true.
One of them is true.
One of them is true. I don't know.
You said what they do at homecoming.
Golf cart parade.
I feel like a golf cart parade
That's
probably
just-
is the right answer. I don't know, but that's me speaking logic. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just go with golf carting.
Golf
At
cart
a homecoming.
And you're both correct.
There you go.
It is a homecoming parade made up
Gnarly
exclusively
Harley.
of golf carts. 7-4. Yellow, if you get this last question right, you break the record for most correct answers in a game show quiz.
Wait, so we're beating our own record?
You're trying to. Well, Green got 7-1 right. One of Green's wins was 7 correct, and one of y'all's wins was 7 correct.
Yeah, so
This would be for the all-time record that would be undisputed.
Dope.
UTSA has been the host of what major event in college athletics? A, 4 separate Final Fours. B, the 1994 Frozen Four, which is the hockey championships. Or C, the 2007 Javelin Throwing National Championship.
Freaking javelin coming in
How
through
would
the
you
top
know
rope.
any of those?
Zach's research. I gotta meet his research guy or his process. It's incredible. He throws out the hockey answer, of course. Try to stir in the pot.
Yeah, but
Throws in javelin, the wild card,
Yeah, javelin.
How do you even think of that?
and then the other one was like the most normal answer, and I totally forgot it.
Hockey.
4 separate Final Fours.
Final
Oh,
Fours.
okay, yeah.
4 separate Final Fours.
Does that one sound like the most correct to you?
4 separate Final Fours?
So it's not 4 consecutive.
No, not consecutive, separate.
Separate. I don't know. Javelin's just weirdly.
I don't think it's javelin.
You don't think it's javelin?
Sorry. And that dome with no way. I don't think it would be javelin. I'm gonna go with since tomorrow is the start of the NBA season. I'm gonna go with 4 separate Final Fours. Just
Locking it in?
for
Sure.
clicks and giggles.
Sure.
All right, in Green Studio.
have we seen UTSA in a Final Four since 2011? That'd be pretty recent. That's
No,
been since
we're
we were,
talking
like,
about hosting.
hosting. No. Javelin, college basketball, and what's the other one?
College hockey.
Yeah,
Hacky.
hacky. I like hacky.
Locking in.
Oh, hack it up, brother.
You tripped up Zach there on that
Excuse
one.
me.
That was a cute laugh.
All right. Locking it in?
I don't know, Kevin. Are we? Take me back if you want me to take me back.
Can you say hacky one more time?
Hacky.
Yeah, we're walking it in with hacky.
Okay. And Yellow Studio got it right.
Dang
they
it.
hold the all-time record
Gnarly.
for correct answers. Wow, I thought I was going to stump y'all today.
No, it was
Yeah.
worth
And
it.
instead, we set a new record.
It was worth you saying hacky to get it wrong, to be honest.
It's okay.
Don't you know?
We tried, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We had a good
Give our
run.
best.
We had the runs, and we just didn't get the trivias, you know.
Wait, if Anthony's in Boca Raton, where is Zach right now?
That's
We're
what I'm
in
saying.
Canada.
Canada.
Canada. There we go.
Canada.
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 Your accent's getting more and more Indian.
That's very true. It is. It is. In Boca
Leaving
Raton.
Canada and going over to Mumbai.
I need to go bye.
But if you want to stop by Boca Raton,
I
that's
need to go
fine.
bye.
Okay. And on that note, that does it for another episode of The Green Guys. Have a great week, everybody.
Hey there, this is Mark Followill, formerly of KNTU, back in the good old days. Now play-by-play voice for the Dallas Mavericks. And I'm not sure why, but currently you guys are tuned in to the Green Guys, 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 tuned in.